What is up, SC Prep Track? We are here with Cathedral Catholic star Joaquin Martinez de Pinillos, currently here at Cathedral Catholic High School as well. Joaquin, you grabbed that third spot to Footlocker Nationals last Saturday at the Footlocker West Regional race at Mount Sac. Unofficial, we say 1543?
1543.
1543 5K right there. Spectacular time. You got
Thanks.
third to Mika Bowden-Rousseau, the, what's the name, Bellarmine Prep kid, and also the guy from Arizona. Yeah, that guy from Arizona right there. So, amazing finish right there. Held off a good handful of kids coming down the last stretch in the gauntlet right there. Do you want to just walk us through your race and how that went for you as a whole?
You know, I think the race went really well. You know, it was a different start than the actual Mount Sac course. Instead of starting on the road near the finish, you kind of start at the big parking lot and you go over this hill. So that was really interesting. It was a really fast start until you got to that first little hill. But overall, I tried. I was staying kind of in that front pack. I was going into the first mile. I was like 7th or 8th, and after that, every uphill I was trying to move up a spot or two, and then I put myself in a position of 3rd. And I just said, okay, I'm gonna get a spot. Let's just hold it. And by the end, I felt a big pack coming behind me. They're all kicking, obviously. So I started kicking just because, who knows? I mean, maybe there's 9 people in that pack that could all pass me at the same time, and then I lose my ticket to Footlocker. But I felt really good. I'm really glad how everything went. I'm really thankful that that my coach, he prepared me really well for this race.
Okay, yeah. So coming down that stretch right there, we saw your finish right there. So many kids, let's say a handful of kids right there, right on your tail right there, within like a second of you right there. Still pulled out 3rd right there. When you were looking up at the scoreboard after your race, saw the official time and mark right there, what just went through your head at that moment right there?
I was just so thankful for for everything this season. I was just so happy that I finally made it. I mean, this has been my goal since freshman, maybe even 8th grade year. Something I've been really wanted to do. I ran last time I ran regionals was my freshman year, and I just watched people as I made it. But just to be able to be one of those guys to make Footlocker Nationals is really awesome. I had my coaches, my parents, some friends there supporting me at regionals, and seeing there after the race, really kind of made me really happy. And I couldn't be more thankful. And it's just an honor to be able to represent the West Coast at Nationals, so I'm just really stoked.
Definitely, yeah. So we'll be excited to watching your race this Saturday, Joaquin. As someone who's been to, someone who will have been to 2 national meets, you went to NXN last year. You qualified as an individual, and along with the Cathedral squad, clutching out that second place bid right there from California. Being on the West Coast, all the high caliber athletes, like let's say you and Patty, you guys aren't given the liberty to race both national meets, unlike other people in the country. So you qualified again this year to NXN, and you denied that bid right there. Chose to go to Footlocker West. Obviously, the right choice paid off for you right there, as you'll be going to Footlocker this Saturday. But as someone who's been in both national meets, what ultimately led to your decision to decline your return trip to Portland?
I really enjoyed my experience at NXN. It was really fun. They treated you really well. I got to see the Nike headquarters and stuff. And, obviously the really awesome uniforms, the cool course and everything. But I think for my last cross country race as a high schooler, I think I really wanted to bring it back home to San Diego. It's my home course. I mean, I've raced dog loop countless amount of times, probably 6 times just this year so far. But I'm really familiar with the I'm really familiar with the course, so I think I'll do pretty well there. But just being able to race at a course right in my backyard, essentially, a lot of people are going to be there to support me, and I'm really thankful for that. Also I just really wanted to switch it up. NXN was a lot of fun, but I really wanted to try Footlocker before I left high school.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it was, I'm just really excited.
Okay, got you. And now, you've had quite the year, Joaquin. Whether from hurting your leg back in track season, almost having no season at all. Being able to race at CIF though at the end of the season, you can consider that a bonus right there. Just being able to race. Obviously not the way track season ended the way you wanted. Not even close to your PRs, but still getting to race right there. Do you want to just tell us about how your injury came to be and what steps you took to nurse yourself back to full health?
Just just due to just pounding on my legs, I ended up getting a stress fracture in my upper left tibia. And so that really kind of hurt me mentally and physically, obviously. And it was really hard to come back from that. I was in the pool every day. Actually, the swim coach invited me to the swim banquet, which was kind of cool. Sadly, I wasn't able to go because actually it was the one day I was able to race. But I think overall the injury kind of helped me as a whole. I think I came back into the season with a lot more drive. I want things a lot more now. I really, going the state meet, I did get second, but I really fought. Now going into regionals and nationals now, I think the injury in a way kind of benefited me, and I think it will help me on the long run as well. I went to New Balance Nationals North Carolina because I didn't have that many races during the junior track season, so I wanted to race a little bit in North Carolina, and that's what kind of made me visit Wake Forest. And I feel like if I didn't go to North Carolina, I would have seen Wake Forest, and maybe that's not the school I'd be going to right now. But overall, just being able to make somewhat of a comeback has made me really stoked, and I'm really excited and blessed.
Okay, definitely, yeah. So that in itself, you can say that opened up some new doors for you as a whole right there, and for your future as well, in the whole long term of things. And speaking of Wake Forest right there, congrats on your commitment.
Thank you.
Right there. How excited are you to be helping this program on the rise? Not where they want to be right now, not where they see themselves though in a couple of years. Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years helping this program? Already stars like Daniel Viega right there. He was a star last year on the high school scene, along with what's his name,
Mitchell Day.
Mitchell Day, right? Yeah. He went to Footlocker Nationals. How excited are you to contribute to this program on the rise and ultimately help lead them to a potential podium finish at the cross country national meet in the years to come?
I'm really excited about how the team's going to do in the next couple of years. Coach Ferris and Coach Hayes, they're both relatively new to the Wake Forest scene, and I just, I went there on my visit. I watched them run. I ran with the team, and I can just tell that the coaches really care about the runners, and they really know what they're doing. Coach Hayes has been a big time coach up in Texas. Coach Ferris, he was a very experienced runner. Raced Mo Farah back when Mo was a lot younger. He actually brags about it, but he actually beat Mo Farah when Mo Farah was a little younger. But I just think the team's really cool, and we had the recruiting class this year is phenomenal. They have 5 or 6 freshmen that are all really good. 2 of them went to Footlocker last year, and now the recruiting class this year with me and the other guys. There's going to be me who went to Footlocker and another guy who went to Footlocker, named Carter something. But I'm just really excited about the next couple of years at Wake Forest. The Coach Ferris told me, if we don't go to nationals next year, it'd be a failure. So they have really high goals for themselves, and I really want to be a part of that, and I'm really excited to see how the team does.
Okay, there we go. And speaking of recruiting, the recruiting process right here, what other schools were you considering or talking to before ultimately making your decision for Wake Forest?
So I was talking to Villanova, Stanford. I was talking to ASU because Eric Gonzalez, who was a runner last year, he talked to me a little bit about ASU and kind of got me in contact with the coach. That they're all really great programs. I also talked to Georgetown and a couple other schools like that. But Wake Forest, it was when I walked on the campus originally. I'd done a decent amount of visits, but it wasn't until I got to Wake Forest where I really felt that this is where I want my future home to be. And kind of my mentality when looking at schools is that would I want to be at the school if there wasn't running? Like, who knows? Anything could happen, right? I've been injured before. It could happen again. It could happen to anyone, really. So I think I'd be really happy even if there wasn't running at Wake Forest. So I'm really confident about my decision. Okay, there we go. And now looking back at your whole past summer training right now in preparation for this season, still coming out strong even at your first meet, Vaquero Stampede, almost the same exact time from last year, maybe like a second or 2 off though, but not having Jared Chin with you, but this time it was Finn by your side. Tell us a little about how that summer training went for you and how that shaped you in preparation for this upcoming season, and how did that compare to last year? Yeah, so the beginning of summer, there's definitely a lot of hesitation, mostly just because I was coming back from my injury, so any time I felt anything in my leg, I would be like, ooh, gotta be careful, there must be something coming back, but thankfully nothing really came back, and I was able to run throughout the summer injury-free. But our coach has us just focus on base mileage throughout the summer training season. Towards the end of summer, he'll have us do hill repeats and maybe start some tempos. That really helped us with strength and was able to help us do well at the beginning of the season, and obviously do really well at the end of the season. But basically, we try to focus on team camaraderie. We do a lot of fun stuff over summer. We think team camaraderie is really important. The guys' team, we went to Aquatica, which was a lot of fun, and we're just really tight. The guys and girls teams, we're all really close, we're really tight. We also go to Big Bear Altitude Training Camp for a week, and we go up with Mount Carmel and Valley Center, and we just hang out with them for a week, and it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a challenge. The longest run we have there is 8 miles, but again, it's semi-early cross-country season, and it's altitude, and it's really hilly. But we do go-karting and movies while we're at Big Bear, lots of fun. But overall, I'm really happy with how summer training went. I'm really thankful things went the way it is, and I'm really happy that Coach Dan Giller was able to kind of alter my schedule a little bit this year, because he wanted me to focus on Footlocker Nationals. So I finished a state race, and I told myself I'm ready for 2 more weeks. I wasn't really burnt out yet, so I'm really excited about that going into Footlocker.
All right, sounds good. And now looking at your team aspect, at a team standpoint right here from Cathedral Catholic, super strong squad right here. Throughout the years, you guys won the Division II CIF title in track 2 years ago, we believe. So having that whole legendary NXN squad right there, a lot of factors of the squad, Hank, the Robinsons, Dom, all graduating. How has adjusting to that team standpoint, you fan, Max is still here. Max is going to be here for a while, but how is adjusting to the whole new team aspect of not having those seniors there? How has adjusting the whole team, not only for you, but your whole team as a whole, how has that been for you guys here at Cathedral Catholic?
Right, it's really hard to top a team that was able to make NXN. That's something that kind of hit us hard this year. But overall, we have a really young team. We have, when Tyler, Finn, and I leave, it's just going to be basically all sophomores and a freshman and maybe a junior if he steps up. But, I think the team in the future has a lot of potential. If they train over summer and they do what you need to do, we could have another Cathedral team that, maybe gets top 5 at state or maybe better. But, this year was kind of a rebuilding year. We lost a lot of talent, like you said, Dominic Honzaro, the Robinson twins, Hank Duziak. But, this year was a lot of fun. I had a really good time with the team. I look at the team, I look at the sophomores and freshmen, kind of like, they're like my kids, honestly. It's kind of weird to say, but you know what? I'm really close to them, and it was really fun to hang out with them. But, they make cross-country a lot more fun than it is. But, obviously I love running, but, these guys make it a lot better.
Awesome. Okay, now looking past your team and at the whole San Diego section as a whole, seeing all these talented athletes throughout the years, you've been on the scene. You came strong on the scene even as a freshman, so you got to race all these super strong seniors, upperclassmen, even as a freshman, Eric Arms, Coronado, Alex Murder, La Costa Canyon, all these guys, Evan Mizraka from Westview, and all these guys up here. But then even the newer class, Jarrett Chin, Bo Prince.
Right.
Now looking past that, Bo Prince, and all you got to see all these phenomenal runners in the past 4 years you've been here. Many athletes come onto the scene and maybe takes 1 or 2 years just to rise up to that varsity level, to that high caliber level right there. But you've been on that scene all 4 years ever since a freshman. So how has seeing all of San Diego section changed? How has seeing all that competitiveness and all these athletes shift in and out? How has seeing all these athletes in perspective to you and in competition-wise to you, how has seeing all these amazing high-caliber athletes shaped you and changed you and pushed you to be who you are right now?
A lot of runners in the past, because I hung out with a lot of seniors and juniors back when I was a freshman and sophomore. Just a senior on my team when I was a freshman, Raymond Boffman. It was really nice having him. He took me under his wing. He really introduced me to Cathedral in a really good manner, and he made that year a lot of fun. And I really look up to those guys who are now running really well in college. Raymond, Alan Siegler, like you said, Eric Arms, and everyone. And something Alan Siegler told me right before this my sophomore year at the state meet for the 1600. You're a student first. You're an athlete second. So just make sure to focus on school, and that's something I like to live by. So shout out to you, Alan. He's running really well at Yale right now.
Mm-hmm.
But as a freshman and sophomore, I just looked up to those guys, and I was like, man, I want to be like them. Like, they're really cool. Like, they're running at CIF, going to state, repping San Diego, and that's really awesome. So they really pushed me. My freshman year, Raymond Boffman, he really pushed me in all the workouts. I was always chasing them during races. I was always chasing them during workouts, everything. Sometimes he got farther away from him. Sometimes he got farther away from me. Sometimes I was able to catch him a little bit. But I really like that dynamic, and I'm really thankful for the people that have graduated, and I think they influenced me a lot in a great way.
Awesome. Okay. Now we're sure you're excited for this Saturday, Joaquin.
Yeah.
We sure are excited to see you race. Hotel del Coronado right there. We've heard all about what those guys do at Footlocker. You said you're leaving tomorrow, right? Correct?
Yeah. So I'm leaving.
So you'll be leaving this Thursday.
I'm leaving. On
depending
Thursday.
on when this interview gets out.
Whenever we post this interview,
it'll be this Thursday and a couple days for the race. So, have they given you any clue or itinerary of what you're gonna be doing there?
Yeah. So we basically get there around 3 o'clock to 5. From 3 to 5 p.m. On Thursday, and they kind of introduce us. They have like an opening ceremony, give us the gear.
Okay.
We don't do a run on the course on Thursday. We do a run on the course on Friday.
Okay.
So we run around Coronado on Thursday. I myself probably gonna do a 4 or 5 mile run, kind of like a nice shakeout. Last 2 days have been pretty, tune-up tempo and a pretty hard workout at Morley Field. So definitely going to take it easy for these next 2 days so I can be as rested as possible. But yeah, basically we get there, they kind of have the opening banquet, we hang around the hotel Del. It's a really good experience. Honestly, I'm not really 100% sure what we're doing. It's kind of, I'm sure there's going to be some prizes in there. I know after the race we're going to try to, I know the West Coast guys, we really want to do a photo shoot on the, at the beach.
The beach right there.
We really want to do like a Christmas photo shoot, which would be a lot of fun. Claudia Lane, who I've been talking to a little bit, was saying that we can get the whole group to go ice skating because they have an ice skating rink at the hotel, which is going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, obviously after the race, we're not trying to get our ankles broken, but but it's going to be a really fun experience, and just being able to represent San Diego that way is quite an honor.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, now qualified. Okay, now looking at Footlocker, the race itself, obviously such a prestige just to make it in. But now that you are here, what's your race plan? What's your game plan for the Saturday right here?
Yeah, so I've talked to Coach Guillory a lot about my race plan and how things are going to go, and basically, if I get top 10 at nationals, I'd be really happy. But obviously, I want to try to do a lot better. I want to do the best I can. I think having a lot of people that I know being there is really going to help me, going to really fuel me. But basically, my coach just told me, kind of go out with the pack. Don't kill yourself in the first loop, because you have to do the hill twice. And I feel like I know the course better than anyone besides Patty, maybe. But he's also going to be there. But I think San Diego people, we have an edge on that. But I'm going to try to stay in like the top 10 pack, around there. And then, after the first half, that's when I want to start pushing. I want to start seeing how well I can do, because it's about who has, the most guts out there. So I did a workout at Morley Field where I focused, on the downhills. I did a couple repeats there. I think that's really going to help me. But yeah, it's just an honor to race there, being able to be that top 40. But now that I'm here, I have high goals for myself.
All right, now, Joaquin, let's just ask you a couple questions right now, back and forth, so we can get to know you a little better right here.
Sure.
Okay, so what is your favorite movie?
I really like Whiplash. It's a movie about really prestigious bands. That's an awesome movie.
Never heard of it. Okay.
It's a great movie.
Cool. Okay, favorite book?
I really liked The Outsiders. I read that kind of back freshman year-ish, and ever since I read it, it kind of stuck with me.
Okay, that's Patty's favorite book too. Do you have a favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal? Oh, that Special K with the little berries in it? That stuff is really good.
Okay.
I love that.
Favorite song?
Oh, favorite song? Honestly, I really like Weezer's Island in the Sun. That's really good. Or Everybody Wants to Rule the World. That's a great song too.
Cool, okay. If you had a dream car, what would it be?
A dream car? I have a dream car. 2003 Honda Odyssey.
There we go.
The mom van.
Shout out to the mom van right there. Okay. Do you have a favorite meet right here?
Favorite meet? I really like, do you want it to be San Diego or just any meet?
Any meet that you race at?
I really
or
like...
maybe will race at.
I mean, I really like Mount Sac. I think I like hills. I think at least on the uphill I'm able to do pretty well. So Mount Sac's a great race.
Okay. Do you have a favorite shoe?
Favorite shoe? I mean, ones that I can run in, basically. Yeah.
No particular brand in particular?
Yeah. I recently got these new Brooks shoes, and I really like those. Not sure exactly which ones they are, but just Brooks. I like them.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Joaquin. We appreciate the time right here. As you know, we're all very proud of you. San Diego Section is really proud of you as a whole for what you've accomplished so far in your running career and what you'll be doing in the future right here. Thanks for your time, and we wish you the best of luck this Saturday.
Yep, thank you. Means a lot.